We are bypassing the ballast on this. So, who's done it? Everybody's done it. David's done it, he's done it, you've done them. So, on this one, I'm going to let you do it.
Let me do it. What's different sitting here? But whenever I do them, I'll get my blacks, my white, get them all separate, figure out which can go where.
Some of the guys leave the ballast in there, but I get it out there, get it out of my way. Yeah, to me, I just get it out of my way. Sometimes putting this cover back on.
Is it a pain?
Yeah, it's making sorry, Jack. And there's nothing wrong with leaving it in there. It's preference more than anything. I just take it out. Sometimes it's quick to just go around it and go and do it.
It don't take another 15 seconds to take it out. Most of the time.
Should have found it under the table.
It's all about putting it up here, like you do it inside of the water.
This right here's one.
Let's get into this side. But the same thing as those lights over there. You take one side, everything from this side, power or neutral, everything this side on the other one, and then put everything here. It's like say you want power, put everything here neutral, and then your light will carry that current in between them. I don't know how you were explaining it, but I had somebody trying to teach me like this jumper wire and stuff like that. It's almost like they were wiring this bulb itself, and then this bulb itself. And I was like, it was getting super complicated. If you got neutral here and power here, and you match it on your light, you'll get power the whole way through.
Yeah, it really doesn't matter. I mean, when you're doing it, of course, these have to be connected.
Yeah.
You tie all them together and go neutral and tie all the other ones and go hot, it doesn't matter. And you can use red, blue, white, yellow, white.
Red, white, blue, black, and yellow.
I go red, blue, black. I just always have, but it doesn't have to be at all.
Mine always winds up being whichever's longest.
Twist them on there, I always give them a little. Can't tell you how many times put them together and turn it on and one of the bulbs not work because the wire fell out. And it's usually always one from the Now you can get these quick connects, it's got 5. Not that long, but you put them on there, but
Boom, baby.
and it's got it.
Now, does it matter on your sides?
Not on a double-ended, it can go any way.
Okay.
See, there are some bulbs that are marked
I was going to say, I've had some of
L and N. You got to make sure.
So this one is double.
That one says double-ended, but if you get one that's not double-ended, you have to put the hot towards the hot.
Whichever side your black wire's on. See how it says L and N? The other ones that aren't, it'll just say N down here. So your neutral's got to go to white, your L's for line, your line's got to go to your power. So which would be your black.
It's only the case, we don't carry the non-double-ended anymore. We only got the
That's all I've got on my van. It's a single-ended one.
You got the opens?
Yeah.
So on the single-ended ones that are truly single-ended, you only wire one side of it. You don't even put it on that side.
Okay, then that's where he was getting complicated that day. I'm still wiring this side the neutral, this side the power, and I'm making sure that the line in on my light. When you're saying single-ended, are you saying like it's really only got one side that plugs in?
I'm saying that everything takes place on one side of the fixture. So you have 2 wires here, 2 wires here, just like this.
And then down there ain't no wires going to.
There are big wires in there, but you won't use them.
Yeah.
So if you have right here red, blue, red, blue, red, and all your blues would go together, and all your reds would go together, and your bulb would only work if it was L and N on this side. You turn it the other way, it would do nothing.
Okay,
That's
so
single ended.
I was still wiring those, all this to power, all this to neutral, and just making sure my line side was on
It
the
would
power.
have to be one way, yeah.
So this side didn't even matter if I wired it up whenever I was doing those.
You would have had to put
Neutral to every
one of these
those.
on white and one of these on black. If he's going to do it that way. But the way you did it was right, but you had to have it turned a certain way.
Yeah,
for
it
to
wouldn't work. Yeah, you gotta have line on the power
That's what
side.
he was talking about. So even though you wired it up this way, if you didn't have the bulb turned the right way, it wouldn't work.
Yeah. Okay.
But these are marked. These are double or single. Double ended or single ended, which means it doesn't matter where you turn it.
Okay. Because mine just say they have the L and N on one side, and they just got the N on the other side.
So that one has to be turned a certain way.
Yeah. It's got the N's got to go the way. Yeah.
And
Okay.
the one that, we're in Parkland East, the tombstones are double wired.
Yeah.
So what you can do is you can take this wire out to hot, this one to neutral. Hot, neutral.
Yeah.
What that does is that gives you 4 extra tombstones in case one of these goes bad.
Gotcha.
That's what I was just showing you
So
right
if you
here.
come across them, that's what I've done.
Okay.
They look just like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But see, those literally don't have nothing down here. It's
Well, even the
just,
ones that I've got still have the yellow. I just cut the yellow off and don't use it. And that ends, like he said, they're extras. You just bunch the wires up on one side and just leave it there. They're not hooked to nothing.
Let me show you something else real quick. You know how you were sitting here fighting to get all these in there?
yeah.
You take the wire and you put them on. You twist all these together. Now they're all together. And you're only fighting 2 instead of 5.
Yeah, 5 of them.
Which is where most people loses a wire because they don't tighten up.
And
Or
usually,
they'll come back here and do just tie 2 of them together and have one and one.
usually I strip mine long. I strip mine about that long.
A couple of them was longer. I think they're broken on about the third one. Yeah, you see the pieces. Where they've been twisted.
I always make mine a little bit longer than what they should be.
Can we put a light bulb in this just to make sure it's gonna work?
But I'm glad you brought that up. I was going to stick these in there, and then I thought, man, if I do that, I'll confuse somebody. But that's what he's talking about.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. I've seen them like this, and I've still just done power here, neutral here, and it's a work.
It still works.
Yeah.
Just the way I'm talking about, though, is you'll have 4 extra tombstones. Because the ones at Parkland East I know are brittle.
Yeah. They're
So you can just pop this out and put it down whichever one broke.
So what he's doing is he take all these blues,
Yeah. Instead of having neutral down here, you divide it down
you
there.
have all your blues to neutral and all your reds, and you're only using this side. One side of this tombstone is neutral, one side's hot. And that's where, and these are extras. You ever have one burn out down there, you just come over here and cut one of these out, pull that wire out, and then you put a little screwdriver in there, pull them out.
And I don't know about these bulbs,
It has to be turned that way.
Benny, on those bulbs that don't matter, and you still lock them in before, if you wire hot neutral to one side, you still just put them in there to test them, well, you'd have to be able to.
I think even with a double-ended one, if you do that single-sided there, it'll only work one way still. Is that what you mean?
Yeah,
So like this is the L and N side. Okay. If you turn it this way, and they're all wired on that, I don't think it'll work. I think for it to work double-sided, this side has to be hooked up. I don't understand why, but I'm pretty sure I've done it, and it did work.
It wouldn't work, and I flipped my bug.
And it worked. Yeah. It doesn't make much sense, but.
whoever they need an extra tombstone now.
taking a picture of it.
Yeah, I was so confused. That day I was a kingdom and he was going over all that. I was like, man, why is all that even matter?
Kendall complicated this really bad. He watched too many videos trying to figure it out.
No, he was. That's what I'm saying. He was trying to teach me all this, and I was like, man, power one side, neutral the other side, let it roll. I mean, I don't understand what's so.
Kendall was really complicated explaining things.
Yeah, he was.
He always confused me.
He's doing that stuff in front of Kim too. So Kim's sitting there. I'm trying to change her bullets. She don't think I'm gonna make the place down.
Yeah, he was explaining something. He was calling somebody who didn't know English.
And the other thing I do, that's just me. But if I have enough wire here, I go ahead and get that bit out of there. Because all that is another connection you have to worry about not being correct.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And I
Take all that
will.
out, you run down your neutral, then you don't have a connection here you have to worry about.
Yeah, the only time I keep all this extra stuff is if I need it to be that long. Or nothing. Just to play with it.
But yeah, he's right. The more connections you got to fail, that's what'll happen. That's the way this one was. This one was like that we took out of the Mark Center.
Yeah.
All that was in there like that on both sides.
Just another connection. you gotta
4
worry
wire
about.
nuts in there that just made it longer. But I have seen, how many times you ever opened one up and couldn't strip it because it got so hot that you can't strip it no more? You have to cut that much of it off to get to an easy strip. So I do leave some in there just for that, just in case. But yeah, this is,
I've got bundles of this stuff in the van.
that's another good point, keeping some of that on your van, because
You'll run into one that's not long
you
enough.
might not have enough length, you may have to make enough. Yeah, you cut the ballast out or something and it's not long enough to reach. You may have the power on this side, way over here, and you don't have enough to reach it from that.
Even with that though, you only got one connection here instead of having two. Because you can take these two and tie them together and take one wire out to
Yeah.
pile the neutral.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I agree. There's a bunch of them I've come across, these are all tied together here with one wire.
One
coming
wire.
over here. Twisted. Then you got one connection here, said 2,
Yeah.
or 4, and then there's a lot of guys that do that. They just tie them together right there and then just run one wire.
That's if I have to run a wire over, that's how I do mine.
It kills me how we can all be doing the same thing. Everybody says it differently. Like I've had some of them try to tell me red, white, and blue to go together, black and yellow go together, and then you get in there and you got purple and green.
Yeah, I mean, the color pretty much doesn't matter. It's just one side to one side, and one side to the other. I wish I had a 2-foot fixture in here that had all of them on one side and that side, where I could show a single and double.
I know for sure parking lease is wired on one side.
Yeah, they are.
I don't know all of them are done like that yet, but I know that when I did
See,
them.
that's the one Kendall was telling me on, which it still had wires down here, but it had the double coming out of there, and these are all jumpered together. So he's trying to explain it to me. It had one wire coming off of all this side, and all these had the double wires. And I was like, I don't.
Did he tell you too that you don't even have to use all of them?
Yeah,
Just use one off of each one of them.
it was something crazy. He's trying to explain the jumpers to me. He was taking the tombstones apart to see what wires ran to what, and it's like, man, it's all right here. Like,
Yeah, that jumps. That jumps that neutral over that.
Yeah.
You don't have to.
dude, I'm telling you, I was confused.
He was trying to say this tombstone had to be mechanically wired to this tombstone.
It was almost like this one and this one were wired together, and that's where your power and stuff come from. And then he'd wire this one and this one together. Like instead of having neutral power in one big circuit.
He's thinking that if like one side of that pin was neutral, it had to be touching the one where the wire was at.
Yeah. And And I just understood it as you need a full circuit. You need neutral on one end,
I
power
ain't
on the
never
other.
had one mess up like that.
Unless,
Which I wound up.
unless he's got one wire going to this side and the other wire's here. And you would jump from here over. That's where you have to pay attention to where the jumpers are.
So like if we were doing,
See what I'm saying?
if you were doing a single-ended one,
Now, if you was going
you
to,
wanted
if
to
this was
do
going to
this
be
side.
hot, this one would have to go. Well, it still wouldn't work though, because you ain't got no wire.
exactly, that's what he was talking about. So that's why I was saying you just wire both sides.
Well, what he was getting at is, like, the hot's coming in here, okay? This neutral is gonna be over here.
Yeah.
So you would have to go, this neutral would have to make sure that this side is neutral and this side is hot.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it means you'd have to put another wire here,
Yeah,
another wire there.
well, it would already have it there.
Yeah, on this side, if it's got double, yeah.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can think of.
See, that one that I'd taken apart that day was like this on both sides. Both the outside tombstones were jumped to the middles, and he was trying to wire it up, like you're saying, a single-ended one. That's whenever
The only time that matters if whichever side of the tombstone you're making neutral, that side has to be neutral and hot. So if this side's hot, that side has to be hot, that side has to be hot. You can't go neutral on this one, but then hot on that one, tie them together, because as soon as you get up here and you flip the switch,
And y'all are saying there are some lights that will literally just have this with no wires down here.
If I did them,
No, I'm saying when you first take it apart.
brand new one,
Yeah, it'll never be like that, right? So you can always go this side neutral, this side power.
if you choose to wire it up like we said, or there's two, that's just making it single-ended. And
Okay.
if you've got just a single-ended bulb, a truly single-ended only bulb, that's the way you would wire it up.
And I'm thinking Hartway and Memphis.
Well, that's what I feel like. I almost know 100% for sure. All my bulbs are single-ended, and I've still been wiring them like we just did this one, and they've been working.
No matter which way you turn it.
No, it does matter which way you turn. But that would be the only reason he would do that, so that it didn't matter which side you were on. I feel like that's a lot of trouble instead of just doing it like
The only
this
time
and
I
checking
ever,
the board.
the only time I ever did it all on one side is just because the wiring is easier to do it on one side because it's not, you don't have as much run. If it's easier to take these and just go to one side
Yeah.
than it is to run. It's the only time you'd ever use just one side. But you're right, you're right. A true single-sided bulb will work just like this, but it has to be turned whichever side the hot side has to be turned that way.
All right. I just felt like
As long as you're into that attitude of just putting all black, all white, whichever way it is, you're changing the number. It's going to work.
Yeah. I tell you, I was getting lost in the jumpers and all that stuff. I wasn't. I was acting like I
There
understood.
ain't a whole lot of places that you'd ever do that anyway. So.
We were at Parkland East.
And I've changed them with Parkland down there, and I've done them exactly like this.
Yeah, me
Because
too.
they got two ballasts in them on some of them. So with two ballasts, you got big water wires on one side.
Now
But you wouldn't have to use them all. You'd have to turn the bulb until it came on. It might go on one way. Just keep flipping it until it comes on.
the horseshoe lights. Did we ever bypass those?
I've never even messed with a horseshoe light. No way.
I've had to change them before, but they've always had. She's always had the lights. Did we ever switch those on?
Probably the same process.
it's the same concept. On your tombstone, you need your hot and your neutral.
Yeah.
So you would just take the two neutrals, tie them together, go to your neutral, two hot together.
Okay. So like, say this was a horseshoe one. These were the only two tombstones I had because it only have two. Could it, instead of going like hot, neutral, could I just go hot, neutral?
No. One side of your tombstone has to be hot, the other one has to
You
be
would,
neutral.
you would create a dead short that way. You would have to take one from each one to neutral, and has to be the same one too. If you use this side to neutral, it has to be this side to neutral on the other one, and then that one to hot, that one to hot.
All right. I haven't had to do that yet. But those things are super, super fragile.
Basically, if you just look, think
I
about
got a
it.
scar down my leg from that.
Think about it in your head. If this wire is going to make contact with the other wire in any way whatsoever, then make sure that doesn't happen. Yeah, whichever ones you use the same on both of them. Yeah, all this mess is already in. He's right. As many of the connections as you can get out of it, better off going.
You'll be able to do inside it today.
And cut. Today's show is proudly sponsored by Diet Mountain Dew. Shout out to